So, thanks for being here. In the Western world, the stadiums are getting fuller and the churches are getting emptier. Is football the new religion? This question inspired the international project Football Hallelujah. It was an interactive exhibition about heroes, rituals, faith and superstition. The exhibition aimed to contrast and compare the intangible heritage of football rituals and look at fandom all over the world. The Amsterdam Museum and the Basel Historical Museum took the initiative and developed the exhibition. It premiered in the Amsterdam Museum and in 2014, and after Basel, Bremen, Lyon and Luxembourg ended in Liège in 2017. Local football culture is a typical form of intangible cultural heritage. It contributes to the formation of narratives, of rituals and symbols. It makes people that take part in it, in a sense, part of a urban tribe. This is the Amsterdam football club Ajax, and it's a way to mark their territory in the city. And the love for the club is also a way of expressing the people's bond with the city or with the country. In order to make it a truly local project, the setup included space for each museum to tell their own local story. These themes were the backbones of the exhibition narrative. Thomas Ebertbach designed a system of frames and glass cases that made the exhibition adaptable for various spaces, including 2 former churches. Roughly 3/4 of the panels approached the themes from various international perspectives. The rest was for local editions. And the large background photos expressed the emotions of the game. The Basel and Amsterdam teams worked together in the development of game experiences and interactive elements. An audio tour, a quiz, and even a keeper game traveled with the exhibition through Europe. Our lens for looking at the intangible heritage of football culture was to compare it to religion. Of course, there are differences. Maradona is no Jesus. But some similarities are striking. We also had an altar for Togo that is to evoke gods who influence the game, and even an orange bra that is supposed to bring victory to the orange team. We showed the cathedrals of today, sometimes called the holy ground for football fans. Video screens showed football crowds chanting, using smoke and going in a procession to their places of worship. Usually we only focus on local examples of urban phenomena. Football Hallelujah allowed us to make comparisons between various cities. Football rituals travel. For this one, the 1970s British hooligan styles influenced fan behavior in continental Europe. Argentinian choreographies traveled to Italy. Rituals keeps evolving, thanks to football fandom being one of the most televised forms of cultural heritage. The Icelandic way of clapping spread quickly in the summer of 2016, including the myth around it. Many assume the Viking war chant is an ancient pre-battle ritual. All the cities work with local football communities to identify local themes, objects and stories. In Amsterdam we found a gatekeeper in Ronald Pilor, that's the guy in the red jacket, who shared his knowledge and wisdom. And networks. Ronald was one of the founders of the hardcore Ajax group F-Side in 1976. He's now a fan representative in the association and has his own YouTube channel. His footage was a very valuable insider perspective in the exhibition. For me, as a curator, to bodily experience the game helped me understand how the songs and the flags and the movements bind the crowd together. I experienced it in different parts of the stadium, and everywhere regulars of these stands helped me to explain the various rituals. During the 2014 World Cup, we did field work among fans. In an Amsterdam cafe, I met these orange ootjes, a group of fans that tweaked the local female costume in Spakenburg into an orange outfit. With an anthropologist, we interviewed and recorded their story, which we showed in the exhibition, and of course they came to the opening in their football drag. We faced some challenges too, such as overcoming the F-side's mistrust against media, especially around the controversial topic of their appropriation of the name Jews, complete with Star and David and Israel flags. I won't go into this story, that's a whole, I talked about it later if you want to. We negotiated with them in a bar with my colleague Tom van Molen, who's a very ardent Ajax fan, where we met with the F-side delegation. And they said, no, please use another symbol, we want our old logo back. This is a demonstration in the center of Amsterdam. And the old logo of the Greek hero Ajax was replaced by a more stylized version, used better for merchandise. And so we talked about it, and together we decided to include both the fight for the Ajax logo but also the Jew controversy in the Amsterdam panels. Shirts and colors and logos are very important ways to identify these football tribes. Floor Wrestling started his Blood In, Blood Out project in 2005. He sews together shirts of rival clubs and even inspired by medieval heraldry. These Palermo and Milano and the Swiss classic Basel Zurich together. And everywhere in all the cities he made shirts for the about the local rivalry. In Amsterdam, obviously, we had the Ajax Feyenoord shirt, Feyenoord from Rotterdam, Ajax from Amsterdam, very strong rivalry. And when this shirt appeared on television, this caused a string of hate relations and threats on Feyenoord social media. And the references to religion in this social media battle confirmed the starting point of the whole exhibition project. The exhibition was regarded as fun, but also as thought-provoking. For football fans, it was illuminating to see their passion for the local club mirrored in the passion other people in other cities feel for their club. And for the non-football fan museum visitors, the exhibition opened a new world where people have near religious feelings about football, from the cradle to the grave. People are actually buried in this kind of coffins. During the exhibition we organized events such as talk with a professor in religious studies, but also a competition for the best Amsterdam football tattoo. The other cities also established contacts with the local football world. In Lyon and Liège, sport journalists helped create the exhibitions. Everywhere interviews were made, rituals were filmed, and objects were collected. Is this an inspiring example? It demonstrates the possibilities of working together internationally and create something that's both global and local. The subject also encourages museums to step out of their contact zone and of their comfort zone, get into a new contact zone, and reach out to new audiences and new visitors. I will show you a bit of this P Alpha Ronald Pino website, but before I would like to give you some food for thought and for the discussion. Fans view their fandom and its rituals absolutely as a sort of cultural heritage, their heritage. But they do not always meet the convention's requirements of mutual respect. To show disgust for the opponent is part of football culture. This is a tag from Hamburg. And, now I lost the Amsterdam shirt with 100% cockroaches, which they call the Feyenoord fans. The fans are also not very likely to start a procedure to be included in some national list or inventory. And they share this attitude with other official, with a lot of other youth cultures. And this makes the position of the City Museum all the more important. And in what way can we research, identify, transmit, and even maybe collect these forms of intangible heritage in cooperation with practitioners? The example shows the challenges also of safeguarding the fast-changing football cultures. At the beginning we were thinking of making a European football fan culture website, but due to lack of funding and time we did not succeed. But we were happy that within the community that Ronald Pilor took the idea, and on this website he now made this ground hopping map. And we are very proud that as a result of this cooperation it's now part of the map. So quickly, if I can. Does it work? No, lunch break. Yeah. So this is the map he creates. So he's filming football culture, but really from within. And he does the kind of thing I could do that as a curator. I can stand there and talk to people on the F side, but I had to actually film there. And he's been doing that for years. And so this is a very interesting map of all kinds of football cultures. I will put it on the project's website, so you can also have a look for yourself and see the kind of films he made.